Hi, I'm Midge Shoemaker, and today is day 20 of my doing 100 days of YouTube videos and celebrating myself. So, woohoo! I made it to day 20. I have 80 days to go. Around the world in 80 days. I think that's a book or something or a saying. I don't know. Anyway, I'm still. I don't know if I'm struggling to come up with things to celebrate. I just think I'm having a hard time picking which one. I'm very indecisive because I have lots of different ideas that pop into my head, and I think I pick one, and then there's like other ideas that pop into my head, like what to celebrate today. So today I was thinking I would just celebrate my creativity because I can be very creative. My vision board friend helped me figure out how to be creative with a little vision board, and I just sat there and told her what I wanted, and she did it. But I mean, and then of course when I did my name poem, she was like, "Oh, you know how to do this yourself? What am I doing it for?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I can be pretty creative when it comes to colors and things like that. I do like different colors. I'm not the best when it comes to drawing and artwork. I do more, maybe a little advanced above, a little more than stick figures, but not." Nothing near professional. Very amateur drawings of things. Um, anyway, but I also have the creativity of all the stories that I create in my mind. So when I'm daydreaming and I'm like, I've got all those stories and things in my mind. I was also thinking, as far as creativity goes, that if I'm really bored or don't want to do chores, that sometimes I can trick isn't the right word, was they trick myself into doing it, but I can turn it into a game. And if I can turn it into a game and make it fun, then I'm more likely to do it. It was a lot easier when I was younger, when I was a kid, to turn it into a game, especially when I had other people to play with me while we were cleaning, which I don't really have as an adult anymore. Um, but I can still do things like that. I can try to make things fun. I can make a game out of it. I can even for work, sometimes I'm like, I have this many hours to go, and I do like little countdowns. I'm like, I'm doing a countdown because it helps me to get through the night. It helps me to get through work. It helps me to have something to focus on, a little goal that I have set. So I think sometimes I can be very, very creative when I choose to use my creativity and how I choose to do things. I also can get very creative when it comes to my baking. I won't say cooking. I don't do cooking very well. I attempted to be creative with cooking, and I'm not sure it turned out very well for me, but I'm going to experiment some more with my cooking today. So, trying to get creative to make things taste good, to eat things that I have, um, to make it work. Whatever I have to make it work, I can become creative to find ways to make things work one way or the other. Even creative in how I move my money around to make sure that my bills get paid. So, I'm just grateful that I have all kinds of different forms of creativity, that there's so many different forms of creativity out there. It'd be very hard for me to celebrate every one of them individually, unless I really start running out of things in the next 80 days that I need to celebrate every one of them individually. But I have a feeling I won't need to. I have a feeling that lots more things are going to just pop up every day for me to celebrate about myself, or to get to know about myself, because I know that God loves me very much, and He wants me to see all of the things that are good in me, all of the gifts that He has given me, and even ways to celebrate things that don't always seem like they're good because they're things that remind me that I'm human, that I'm not perfect, that I don't have to be perfect, and that's okay. Which is why I think my first day was celebrating my mistakes. So now I'm to day 20, and I'm celebrating my creativity, which is just, it's fun. It's just fun to have different things to celebrate every day, or to think about and be like, oh yeah, I am creative, and how many different ways can I be creative? And even if I'm not creative in all of those ways today, I can think of all the different ways that I could be creative. I even had a friend that stopped by yesterday and brought me a bunch of, well, offered to leave a bunch of stuff here, and I declined. But it's for like cross stitch, counted cross stitch stuff, and floss, and he called it thread, but it's actually floss for counted cross stitch. Not floss that you would floss your teeth with, but it's like thread, but it's a different thickness, texture, whatever. So it's called floss when you do counted cross stitch for anyone that doesn't know or that cares. Anyway, he brought a bunch of that stuff over because his mom was giving it away. And it was mostly just patterns and floss. It wasn't like material. I had some hoops in there too. But I'm like, I have hoops and I have patterns. I don't have that much floss, but I haven't done counted cross stitch in years. And the last counted cross stitch project I started, I ended up giving to someone else to finish. So, but it was just a reminder that I can be creative and do stuff like that. And when one of our mutual friends got married, I actually did a counted cross stitch thing for their wedding as a wedding present for them. I also can crochet, and I make up patterns for crocheting things too. I just get creative in ways of doing things. So there's lots of different ways that I can be creative, that I can use my creative brain or my creativity to make my life better, to make gifts for other people, to just have fun with, or to make mundane tasks seem entertaining or doable, durable, whatever the case may be, because I don't like mundane, boring things. So I find creative ways to make them entertaining to me. Maybe not entertaining to anyone else, but entertaining to myself, which is awesome that I can do that I can entertain myself. So, and hopefully I'm entertaining you in these videos. And if you like these videos, you can hit like, subscribe, share with someone else if you think they'll like it too. And I hope you're having fun finding ways to celebrate yourself. And I hope you have a great day full of gratitude and maybe do some writing.